Deep behind enemy lines in FEMA Region 9 in Las Vegas, Nevada, here's your host, Matt Maldonado, on Madness4life News.
Pretty eyes, I want you to forgive me, for I have been cast out of this life. How quickly I lost the connection. Pretty eyes, I want you to remember me for what I used to be, not what I've become. Life's been a raging sea since you've been gone. I share my torment to the rain, hoping it will wash down to where you flame. Tell you I'm frail and ill, and how much I wish you were living still. Beyond the mountains, beyond the plains, I start to go insane, screaming out your name. There is nothing I can consciously feel, nothing on earth can help my wounds to heal. Sometimes I feel your presence. Life is much more meaningless now. I can't seem to tell night from day. The leaves of trees no longer sway. If you can hear me from where you are, if you can catch a glimpse of me from afar, spare some room for me by your side. I can't wait to hear your laughter. No matter how much I extend my stay, no matter what words other people say, the only thing that appeals to me is seeing you again someday.
Welcome, my friends. This is Madness4life News. I am your host, Matt Maldonado, here in FEMA Region 9 in Las Vegas, Nevada. This is the Sunday edition, July 22nd, 2012. I'm going to be here with you for the next hour. I'm going to be talking about the post-Aurora rampage few have heard about. I'm going to be getting into that, as well as deadly officer-involved shooting leads to violent clash between witnesses. Anaheim police. Near riot breaks out after officer-involved shooting in Anaheim. CBS Los Angeles. So I'm going to be getting into this article by LukeRockwell.com. InfoWars picked this up. This is a shooting that happened in Anaheim, California, where it had residents basically just gathered around to see what happened during a police shooting someone basically unarmed. I think in the back, I believe. Let's check this one out. This is by William Gerg, whatever. Sorry. The post-Aurora rampage few have heard about. One day after a lethal shooting rampage in Aurora, California. No, not California. It's Colorado. Left 12 people dead and scores injured. And another eruption of criminal violence left one dead and several other injured in Anaheim, California. The predators of the second assault were officers from the Anaheim Police Department who used non-lethal rounds, which were like rubber bullets, such as rubber bullets, which are reliably lethal at close range to suppress a suspicious protest that concluded after the officer-involved shooting of a young man in the neighborhood. Cell phone video of the police assault shows a wall of officers in riot gear directing non-lethal fire at a group of unarmed and terrified civilians, including several small children who were shielded by a man who appeared to be their father. Another officer unleashed a police dog, which immediately attacked a stroller containing an infant. A bystander who interposed himself and was mauled by the dog for doing so probably saved the child's life. Those acts in which were private citizens protected the innocent from criminal violence at the hands of the state's armed servants, which is police officers, by the way, were just as heroic as those of the three men in Aurora who died protecting their girlfriends during the shooting rampage. You can find that article. You can click the link. It goes right to New York Daily News about the Dark Knight Rises premiere. Continuing here. Local news accounts which retailed the department's version of events described the crowd as unruly. Oh, unruly. Just them sitting around, gathering and wondering what's going on because of a man getting shot either in the back, basically in the back. And they go, hey, what's the problem here? And somebody literally threw a water bottle at them during this thing, and during the gathering, and the police just opened fire on children. I mean, this is ridiculous. But hey, it's their job to shoot at children, shoot at innocent civilians, and burn down Waco. Because hey, if you go to the congressional testimony of an FBI agent, he says, "Hey, it's our job to burn a house with children in it. Hey, it's our job." Doesn't matter. What's this have to do with happen here? Well, it's basically the same scenario. Innocent people were around and they just started shooting them anyway, even when they were protecting themselves. In this scenario, they're actually out in the open and they didn't even know why the heck they just started shooting. But hey, they love it. Hey, the cops are just too busy being a bunch of thugs all the time. And they're going to wonder why that they're going to be the first ones to be shot at during a civil war that will happen in this country if we don't stop this. So I advise the police to just stop. But hey, they won't stop. They're just too busy being a bunch of thugs all around. But hey, that's a side issue. Continuing. And the protest is a near riot in which angry citizens encircled the officers and began throwing things, including bottles and possibly rocks, at them. In the words of a Los Angeles Times report, the police also claimed that several fires had been started in trash cans. None of those claims have been corroborated by video evidence or eyewitnesses, because hey, they just want to like make things more up so they can just take away more of your rights. But hey, I gotta grow up. Nor have the police explained why the police gunned down the young man referred to only as Stomper, after he and two others fled when approached by the cops. Immediately after the shooting, several residents confronted the police to demand answers. The Anaheim PD, sensing an homogeneous term of righteous outrage on the part of neighborhood that has endured 7 officer-involved shootings this year. Referred type as an army of occupation. Within a matter of minutes, the unarmed protesters were outnumbered by heavily armed cops in body armor. In the wake of the Area massacre, the public has been encouraged to believe that because of private gun ownership, every public gathering place can be transformed into the sense of a massacre. Because everywhere you go, it's the Joker's going to be everywhere, and the Al Qaeda may be everywhere, and so we're going to take away your gun rights, so you don't have the guns to protect yourself or any weapon to protect yourself. So then you can get killed. So we can just cower in fear all over the place. It's just really sickening. He has a gun. Well, you don't you have one? No, I hate guns. I will never take a life. Well, you're gonna get killed anyway. It's either you actually act and actually protect other innocent people, or you just allow that to happen. Isn't that aiding and abetting? I don't know. If you watch someone getting raped and you didn't act to help that person, isn't that aiding and abetting? And you knew that person did it? Isn't that like Penn State? I'm digressing again. Continuing here. The Anaheim police rampage illustrates how quickly the state's armed enforcement cast, which, according to gun control activists, should have a monopoly on firearms, can turn any neighborhood into an urban war zone. Let me get into this video that is on YouTube right now, because it shows all the people getting hurt. You're not really going to be listening to this on the podcast. I'll be listening to it. I'm not really going to put it on the podcast. You can actually look that up on YouTube. Just type in Anaheim Police Go on a Rampage Against Citizens by the Sister Sunshine TV. Here it is right now. Let me play that for myself. Anaheim Police on a Rampage. Yeah, where they actually go up there and just started shooting. I could see them having like paintballs and things, just shooting at the innocent civilians. But hey, it's their job. It's their job to shoot at people and shoot children in the face. It's their job. Isn't it fun? Yeah, and they released the dog right there. The people were just sitting around, and they just like released the dog. He didn't really, he lost control of the dog, but still, it's just like in the Pennsylvania thing where they shut down the city, and women were like coming out with like bags of groceries, and they just released the dog. What are you doing? You're not supposed to be on the sidewalk. I'm sorry, officer, but we're shopping. Doesn't matter. And just let go of the dog, and just they're biting women. And then the cops are too busy loving it. We love it. Yeah, beanbags at a bunch of. It says that they gave beanbags to the citizens because hey, they deserved it for a water bottle. And it says here in the video here, it looks like the officers lost control of his canine. An unruly crowd, women with children in strollers. Really? And they literally admit that. They go, yeah, an unruly crowd. So really, you can't really be in a crowd, and it has to be ruly. Really, what's ruly? Basically, a crowd of like police officers with guns. That's ruly. Really? Interesting. So when they gather around burning children, is that ruly? Really? And they're loving every bit of it? Really? When ATF does that? Really? Interesting. When they traffic little children for CPS? Really? Interesting. That's ruly? Is that ruly? But hey, I bet you the general public doesn't even believe this. Hey, they think it's the average citizen thinks this is cute and funny. But hey, continuing here with this video. So the police shot somebody and a crowd gathered. That's during I'm reading from the video. Opama area of Anaheim is not a bad part of town, which I haven't really been there, so I guess his word is probably better than mine. So now, hours later, the cops are standing out there with their guns at the ready. Notice no real crowd to speak of. A dumpster fire that probably got probably lit by the police. I'm sorry if you're hearing commentary, but you don't really hear the video. So I'm basically commentary talking about the video that I'm listening to right now. I would agree that this clip is frightening. I'm frightened that we are now living in a police state with militarized police. From the video. Look at these people, man. They're just unloading on these innocent people. Just sitting around doing basically nothing. They just want to know what was going on. The police are firing rubber bullets, which are at this close range, can easily kill a person and definitely kill a child. And as you can clearly see, there's children everywhere. There's one in a stroller that's probably months old, not even a year old. But hey, it's their job to shoot at children and innocent people. Oh, isn't it fun? Yeah, isn't it great? I don't know, cops. Do you really want this country to turn into North Korea? I mean, do you really want it to look like Liberia and Sierra Leone? Really, a bunch of cannibals everywhere, eating hearts, eating people's bodies everywhere. Just check out the documentary of the Uncivil War of Liberia. It talks about that. In fact, with people getting killed by the rebels, and basically the United States and UN were arming them to the teeth to just take down Charlie Taylor, that first of all they propped up. And then it happened the same way in Sierra Leone, when they put in the this army to try to keep Sierra Leone in keep order there, but instead they just started killing people, raping women. I mean, it was just insanity. But hey, I'm digressing again. Let's move on to this, continue with this clip. There's only like 3 minutes and already I seriously think, it's continuing with this video. It says, I seriously think he lost control of his canine, but look where the dog is, going after a woman with a baby in a stroller until a man jumps in and takes the bite. Wow, this guy got like seriously injured, like shot right in the back with a bunch of rubber bullets. Those feel like literally probably harder than a paintball gun. I mean, that's really gotta hurt. Imagine, continuing here with this video, imagine if those shots had hit an infant or a small child. Yeah, it would have caved their face right in with those rubber bullets. But hey, it's their job to shoot at innocent men, women, and children. And, and it's just going to love it. And it's just going to high five each other. Haha, that's manly. Yeah, that's manly to do it. And then, the average public, hey, they'll say, hey, let's go in the FEMA camp. All right, let's do it. And then salute the troops as they shoot them in the back of the head. I mean, this country's getting sicker by the day. Continuing with the video, this woman is the one who had the dog go after her, and her baby is in its stroller. She was a bystander. Continuing with the video, this is this protect and serve? This is terrorizing. Yes, it is. Those cops should be actually arrested for that, for just shooting at it. I'm serious. These cops should, in their manuals, have to watch Andy Griffith. I mean, they don't know how to speak to people, really. What, one dude actually throws a water bottle at you and you start shooting at people? Really? Instead of actually trying to defuse it and say, hey, now let's just, because back then they used to go, hey, now, whoa, because usually back then they actually had some respect for people and go, whoa, hey, now, because they wanted to defuse the problem before it escalates. Now they just go in there with draw guns and just start killing everybody just to have the whole thing escalate even further and say, okay, we have to take away your rights in order to help protect you, even though that's not really going to help anyone. But hey, that's okay. 'Cause it's loving. Continuing. Most of the unruly crowd appear to be residents who came outside due to the police shooting a man in their front yard. Reports are he died at the hospital. I bet you he just died in the front of his yard, and they just allowed him to die. But hey, that's okay. And the cops are going to be all casual, like, yeah, we shot it. This crowd was rioting. This crowd was part of the riot. No, they weren't. They were just innocent. It doesn't matter. They're the part of the riot, and we just shot at innocent children and women and men. It's good. It's the way our country's supposed to be. Okay. Continuing here, so citizens are not allowed to ask the police who are there to protect and serve, why they shot an unarmed man instead of taking a more cautious approach and say not firing their guns in a neighborhood. Of course, they should have actually done the right thing and try to defuse the problem before it escalates. I mean, this country is a joke, and it's just going to keep getting worse. But hey, the cops are not even cops anymore. There's just a bunch of adult children that's wearing a pretend outfit. Like they're Superman or something. Like they're a 10-year-old kid. I'm going to just save the world with a gun and a badge and beat the crap out of women and children. Isn't it fun? No, it's not. It doesn't matter. Let's burn Waco. Actually, I had that happen to me last night. Actually, these cops were actually just encircling where I was and looking at me weird. It's just like, is he dealing drugs? Is it, and then everybody asking me like, hey, you smoke greens? No, I don't. Hey, buddy, you got something? No, I don't. And first of all, why the heck would you do that in front of everyone so the cops can see you? I mean, this is like a nation of stupidity. Continuing here. Still showing the cops just shooting at people, loving it. Look how, continuing here, look how close this officer is to a woman and kids. That crowd doesn't look like they are rioting. They are terrified. Yeah, they're running away. But hey, they're going to go on the news and say, hey, there were riots. And then the average person would go, they may have been criminals. Well, you know what? Prosecute all of them. We need more laws to help us all. Help us. So one disgruntled idiot throws a water bottle, and the cops respond by shooting and letting loose the dog. Yeah, that's right. So if you throw a water bottle, they'll burn down Waco. Hey, you throw a water bottle, they'll just run you over. Hey, you throw a water bottle, hey, they'll just beat the crap out of you until you die, and then love every bit of it, like they did with the that one guy, that homeless dude. They just beat the crap out of him and just loved every bit of it. And then when you see those guys that they were prosecuting, they look like a bunch of demons. That one fat guy, if you saw one of his eyes, he looked like just a demon with like a red eye. It's just, disgusting. But hey, we love it in America. When they just beat the crap out of one man, and man, I just need a cigarette after that. Who's next? Throw a water bottle, they'll just bash in another kid. That's fun. No, it's not. I mean, you cops need to stop, or you're going to be because usually these cops are usually the ones that get killed by gangs, literally, because they're the ones that start the problem, and then they say, "Oh, it was the gangs that did it." No, you were the ones that actually started the problem, but instead of diffusing the problem, you get shot. Because you want to cause fights all day. And I mean, when's enough? I mean, I wish a lot of cops would actually just wake up and just stop the fights here. But no, they don't want to. No. Continuing here. The crowd earlier and following were not huge mobs. They were locals. To be fair, maybe they wanted it for evidence. That was for people were actually filming the cops doing it, and they actually asked them, "Hey, can you?" I think it was during the riot. I think they were actually filming police doing stuff, and they actually asked them, "Hey, I'll give you money for your video, so you don't post it on YouTube." And I think they have the whole video of the of this whole incident online. Well, I'm already watching that, but there's another incident of the protest, which you can watch on YouTube, but I think you have to sign in. But anyway, I'm going to continue to the next thing. The next article. From the Daily Post. Continuing with this report, demonstrators storm police department in California to protest deadly officer-involved shooting. Anaheim, California, demonstrators stormed a police department in Orange County, California. And by the way, Orange County is actually it's a very like richy area. It's not really like a third world country area like in Detroit or in like Oakland or in even like Chicago. It's actually a nice neighborhood. But hey, we want to make our country, our cities look like literally North Korea and Liberia, like I've said before. Continuing. On Sunday, to protest an officer-involved shooting that left a man dead and led to a violent clash between witnesses and police. A crowd fled. It's fled. Is it fled? I don't know. The Anaheim Police Headquarters lobby Sunday as Chief John Walter prepared to held a news conference. Protesters chanted "No justice, no peace." Like that woman said, I forgot what her name was. "No justice, no peace" for the Iraq War, and she was right. No justice, no peace. And you see what happens when you get rid of the guillotine. You see what happens when you get rid of hangings. You see what happens when you get rid of that. But then when you have the government at the button for executions, they'll never get executed. They're just going to keep releasing criminals out on the streets all the time. You know, back then when it was actually the public locals that actually were in charge of it, yes, there were people that actually died innocently, but yet again, they actually did it with the locals because they would just do it. It was like, all right, let's hang them. Because there were people that actually did get caught raping and looting and killing people back then in the 1800s, 1700s. But hey, that's all right. Continuing here, and cops, pigs, murderers, as officers stood by and watched. According to the Orange County Register, it was unclear whether the press conference would go on. Earlier, Sergeant Bob Dunn said only, Sentinel journalists would be admitted because of security concerns. Oh, really? What you didn't want to have the general public in there because they were angry? Oh, we don't want the general public to be angry? Well, why didn't you do it? It didn't matter because we would have done anything. We still would have burned down Waco with children inside. And even when they came out, we still would have shot them. What does this have to do with this? Well, it's the same kind of scenario, even though it had to do with the building. This one had to do with actually outside, and they just like shot everybody. They would have done the same thing. Walter was to address the shooting and confrontation Saturday, in which a crowd threw bottles at officers who responded with tear gas and beanbag rounds. Actually, it wasn't thrown bottles. It was one water bottle. One witness said it was just one water bottle. This says like water bottles and other things. You see the kind of that disconnect there, but hey, that's okay. But hey, that's the way to just start shooting at innocent people. Really, just one dude just throwing you a water bottle. Oh, okay, good. All right. The man was shot in front of an apartment complex around 5 p.m. Saturday following a foot chase. Dunn said he died 3 hours later at a hospital. I highly doubt it was actually at the hospital. They probably let him die in the front of his yard. It was like literally in front of his yard. They probably just let him bleed to death and probably loved every bit of it. The Register City family members and neighbors who identified the man as Manuel Diaz. Dunn said he could not confirm the man's name Sunday. The man's niece, 16-year-old Daisy Gonzalez, said her uncle likely ran away from officers when they approached him because of his past experience with law enforcement. He doesn't like cops. He never liked them because all they do is harass and arrest anyone. Yeah, that's actual fact. That if they actually saw Andy Griffith or actually knew how to actually talk to people, hey, nobody would be like, why do they run away? I don't know. Maybe it's because you keep harassing people and want to cause fights. I don't know. And then you wonder why that there's police getting shot and killed. I don't know. And I'm not supposed to get upset about that. And we're supposed to just love every bit of it and salute the flag as we wrap tyranny in it. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. When are you people going to just wake up? Gonzalez told the newspaper after lighting a candle for her uncle, she cursed at officers who were nearby and an police helicopter that hovered overhead. That's right. Because not just the drones, we'll just bring in the helicopters. So then we'll acclimate you in another police state. We're watching you. Oh, there's a helicopter there, and let's throw a rock at it. Continuing here, as officers were investigating what happened at the scene, Dunn said an angry group of people began yelling and throwing bottles at them. It was actually a water bottle. A water bottle. A water bottle. One. Just one. He said that as the officers detained several people, the crowd advanced of the officers, so they fired tear gas and beanbags rounds at them. Video captured by a KCAL TV crew showed a sadistic scene. Chaotic scene. There we go. Chaotic scene in which officers fired beanbag rounds as people ducked into the ground and others scattered, screaming. A man is seen yelling at an officer even as a weapon is pointed at him. Two adults halted to shield a boy and a girl. Yeah, and they were basically shooting at them. You shouldn't shield that little boy and girl. We have to shoot those kids in the face. Hey, we're police. We're protecting and serving by killing your children. Hey, we have to protect the adults by killing the children. What? How is that moral? It doesn't matter. Hey, this is of the Lord to kill children. That's why we burned the kids at Waco. It's fun. It's good, even though it's not. But hey, that's the way the culture is now. But hey, I'm not supposed to get upset about that. Shh. You gotta be really quiet. I'm so sick of you people. Continuing to adults. Meanwhile, a police dog ran into several people sitting on the grass, including a woman and a child in a stroller, before biting a man in the arm because the man actually dove to protect the woman and her baby from the dog. But hey, that is just so American. It's so American to turn the whole cities into North Korea. Oh, but be quiet. Shh. Don't be upset. Just love it all. Dunn said the dog somehow got out of a patrol car and was deployed instantly. No, the police officer was holding the dog. If you actually saw the video, the police officer held the dog and lost control of it, and the dog just started biting. How did the dog get out? I don't know. Maybe it's because you opened the door. I mean, it is such a joke. Throughout the night, police in multiple marked and unmarked squad cars attempted to control an unruly crowd. So if you gathered around like a community in a park, having a good time, having a barbecue, playing, volleyball or throwing a frisbee around, or just having fun with your friends or stuff like that, or doing other things, that's unruly. Because that's what they were doing. They were just gathering around to see what was going on. But hey, that's okay because, we got to really believe in the police officers that's shooting at us and just love it. Just stand there and love it. Kill me. I mean, this is so ridiculous. Unruly. Give me a break. And as I say that, I lost my place. There it is. An unruly crowd gathered near the shooting scene, the Register reported. Some in the crowd moved a dumpster into an intersection and set its trash on fire on at least 3 separate occasions, while officers kept responding to move it out of the way of traffic. Dunn said gang detectives are involved in the investigation. Crystal Ventura, a 17-year-old who witnessed the shooting, told the Register that the man had his back to the police. Ventura said the man was shot in the buttocks area. In the buttocks area, so basically probably like where the back meets the backside. The man then went down on his knees, she said, adding that he was struck by another bullet in the head. Ventura said another officer handcuffed the man who by then was on the ground and not moving. That is right. Because when it's unlawful, say, hey, come here. We want to start a fight with you. Why is he running away? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe because you probably started a fight with him. I don't know. But hey, cops don't want to be civil anymore because it's not manly to be civil. I mean, you cops are really a joke. I mean, I've had enough. Continuing here with the Washington Post, they searched his pockets, and there was a hole in his head, and I saw blood on his face, Ventura told the newspaper. Dunn said he could not comment on these allegations because the shooting is under investigation. Oh yeah, investigation when it was in front of the cop's face that they literally shot the guy in the back of the head. But hey, that is just okay. It is of the Lord to do it, and it is moral. He would not say why police shot the man, saying that the details are under investigation by the Orange County District Attorney's Office. He said several people were arrested in the melee, but he couldn't immediately provide a figure. Probably all those people in the that were sitting down, even the ones they shot. I mean, probably the children too. They just probably acclimated them in the prisons as well as probably the FEMA camps. But hey. It's just so manly and fun. And I know probably most of the cops are just getting off on it, just loving every bit of it. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And probably the last one is near riot breaks out after officer-involved shooting in Anaheim. That's another report there. Probably going to get the other report as well. That's probably the same one, but let's see. An officer-involved shooting in Anaheim turned into a tase and dangerous confrontation between police and residents Saturday. Sergeant Bob Dunn of the Anaheim Police Department said the incident started when two patrol officers tried to approach three men in an alley. About 4 p.m. in the 600 block of North Anna Drive, and the men fled. It was unclear why the officers first approached the man, but Dunn said they gave chase, and one of the officers followed one of the men to the front of an apartment complex in the 700 block of North Anna Drive, where the officer involved shooting occurred. The man who was shot was not been identified and was pronounced dead at 7 p.m., authorities said. Because they shot him in the back of the head, and they go, "Oh, by the way, he was dead in the hospital." No, the eyewitness said you shot him in the literally the lower back and right in the back of the head. But hey, after the shooting, and while police were investigating the incident, Dunnan, whatever his name is, said a group of people encircled the officers and began throwing things, including bottles and possibly rocks, at them, even though actually one witness said it was just one bottle, and they started shooting. One water bottle. One ONEBOTTLE. One water bottle. WATER. I mean, this is a joke. Continuing, police used non-lethal rounds and pepper balls on the crowd, Dunnan said, and at least one person was detained. One harrowing moment was when a police dog somehow got free from an officer's car. Oh, it got free from an officer's car, but I bet you they just basically opened up the door or just let the window down. Just come on, puppy. Just come on out. Let's just bite people. Isn't it fun? Yay. Yay. Fake victories. Yay. And went at several people. Dunn said it was unclear if anyone had been bitten or injured. Oh yeah, they did. If you actually saw the video, one man got bit from saving a woman from her kid. But hey, that's okay. But hey, that guy's not gonna get a medal. He's gonna get arrested because hey, he was basically helping someone out. Because if you help someone out, you can't do that. This is not America anymore. You got that? Hey, you're just going to lay there and love it. And ask for seconds. You're going to lick those boots and suck a fart right out of their asses. And you're going to love every bit of it. Continuing, the officer was quickly able to get the dog back into the vehicle, Dunn said. Oh, really? He didn't look like he was trying to get that dog back into the vehicle. He was actually allowing it to continue to bark and basically bite other people. But, hey, that's okay. Oh, because he says it, that may be true, and those might be criminals. If you believe that I have a bridge and a city, I'm going to sell you. Police were called back to the area later in the evening because a group had blocked the intersection of North Anna Drive and El Palma Avenue with trash cans. We've been called back to the intersection because they've blocked the roadway and it's lit several fires there, he said. So that is the article from the LA Times. So the cops basically shoot somebody from an altercation, And then citizens gather to see what's going on and ask them why did they do that. And by not saying anything and someone throwing a water bottle at them, this kind of water bottle, at them, they basically freak out and just say, all right, let's shoot everybody. Because it's all their faults. Because one guy threw a water bottle, but hey, everybody's at fault, even the children in the strollers. Hey, they have no muscles to even throw anything, but hey, that's just good and fun. I mean, I like how the doublespeak is in this too. Totally sickening. I mean, really, really sickening. You people are a joke. Let's see this one. This is from the Los Angeles, from the CBS CBS Los Angeles. Near riot breaks out after officer involved shooting in Anaheim. That's from the last one, basically. A police shooting that left a man dead led to a near riot Saturday as angry witnesses threw bottles at officers who responded with tear gas and beanbag rounds. Oh my, they threw a bottle. Oh, just because of the fact they said they threw bottles. Plural. It was a bottle. One bottle. And a witness said that. This is like, they just only threw a water bottle. And then they started shooting at us. And then they literally told the newspapers, oh, they threw rocks and bottles. Look out. I mean, it's dangerous. Shoot everybody you see. I mean, it's so crazy out here. They're throwing water bottles. We have to shoot not only the men, but the women and the children. I mean, there could be mayhem. We could have just diffused this, but it doesn't matter. We're just going to make it worse. All right. In front of the man was shot around 4 p.m. in front of an apartment complex on the 600 block of North Anna Drive following a foot chase. Anaheim Sergeant Bob Dunn said he died 3 hours later at a hospital, even though you shot them in the back of the head. They shot the guy in the back of the head, and eyewitness said that. But hey, you can't really believe the eyewitness. You actually have to have more witnesses from the shooting, but hey, that's okay. He could have died in the hospital. He could have not. But with a head wound, I don't know about that. Even a kid, if he even shot a guy in the kidneys, that's it. That's a death wound right there. Even a kidney shot, you can bleed out. But hey, that's all right. Let's just read on now. I mean, come on. It is just so trendy to shoot people. I mean, come on. Instead of like actually diffusing things and kind of acting nice, doesn't matter. We're just going to cause fights and shoot at people and give out riot gear, make it into a police state. It is just so fun. I mean, come on. Here we go. Continuing. The Orange County registers city family members and neighbors who said the man shot was Miguel Diaz. Dunn said he could not confirm the man's name earlier Sunday. Yeah, he knows the guy's name. I mean, give me a break. His niece, 16-year-old Daisy Gonzalez, said her... I think I already read this. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I already did. Yeah, I read that from the other one. Oh, okay. Yeah, I already read that. Because it's from the same thing as the Washington Post. So yeah, anyway, it's just really getting crazy. It started from like the Dark Knight, and now they're just going to have police everywhere. TSA everywhere. TSA in your homes. TSA at your local streets. TSA just everywhere. And even with police. Just having guns drawn and being dressed up as a bunch of clowns everywhere. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I can't. I don't even know what to say. There's so many things happening that is getting worse and worse and worse, and the police just make it worse. They make it worse. They just don't want. There actually are police out there though that are waking up, but they're the ones that get fired. The good police just get fired. They don't last very long. But I tell you, man, these police, if they continue doing this stuff, they're going to. Every time that the case is every time the cops do stuff like this, they're the ones getting killed. I mean, literally. And they even sometimes they stage stuff like that, and they go, "Well, they kill him. Well, guess what? We're going to take away more of your rights." I mean, what? How's that going to help anything? It doesn't matter. We're just going to do it. Well, I guess you guys want to be living in North Korea. I don't know. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is the show for today. You can follow me on Facebook and subscribe to my YouTube channel, as well as my Vimeo channel. Even friend me on planet.infowars.com. And as well as you can also go to Close to Modern's websites, as well as friend them on Facebook and Twitter, as well as Reverb Nation. Remember the song that you just heard from Close to Modern was Part of Day. That's actually a very good song. So remember, united we stand and divided we fall. And thank you so much for listening to me ramble and rant today, because this is very crazy, and I hope we get out of this tyranny alive. But anyway, God bless America, and thank you very much.